Hey guys, after I posted my onslaught of answers to your questions, I got a whole bunch of more thought-provoking ones, as well as thought-provoking comments as well, that I would like to comment on, and I plan to in the future. However, I think I'm going to continue and finish the vacation. As much as I love having people on the brink and just edge of their seat waiting for the rest, I don't want to make you wait through me doing another round of answering questions and comments again, even though I think they're very thought-provoking. Even some of the questions and comments that I have that are challenging to me, and I have followers who, thank you, are kind of defending me to that challenging question. I still like challenging questions. I wish more people in my life would answer challenging questions. So anyway, let's go with vacation. So I explained why we went, even though it was idiotic. I understand for some of you, oh yeah, different day, same shirt. I work at home. Anyway, so we left on, I'm looking at a journal I kept. Well, I journal in general, but so we left on Friday because, so we live in Minneapolis, or near Minneapolis, and we chose to drive. I should just start this over. We chose to drive, if that's confusing to anyone why we drove somewhere that would take 20 hours and 2 days of driving, is because, first, I don't know. I don't like flying. It's just really claustrophobic, and you spend so much, your fate in your day is so much in the hands of other people. And I'm sure you're getting sick of me saying this as much as I am of saying it, but is that a trauma response that I cannot handle giving that much control? Anyway, that wasn't the only reason. We also drove the 20 hours because we wanted to have some control also of when we arrived and when we left. If we got there and it was an absolute nightmare of an experience, which it was in a way, but we still liked where we stayed and did end up having fun ourselves. We wanted to be able to leave whenever we wanted. And another reason is that we planned to bicycle a lot, like back and forth from our condo to the boardwalk. And I'll briefly say, for those who don't know at all what Wildwood, New Jersey was, I didn't. It's like an ocean side town with a boardwalk and a bunch of events on these boardwalks, rides, blah, blah, blah. So we wanted to have our bicycles with us. I'm a comfort person. I wanted a lot of my comfort things, like my foam roller with me, etc. That's why we drove. So we drove on Friday, August 6th. We got, that's a horrible drive, by the way. Driving east? I'm never driving east again. You all charge to drive on your roads. I don't want to pay tolls to drive on a road. Anyway, random event. Never driving east again. So on Friday, August 6th, we drove horrible rush hour traffic jam in Chicago. Who's surprised? And we made it to Streetsboro, Ohio. And then on Saturday, August 7th, continued driving and eventually reached our condo in Wildwood, which was great. And I didn't write anything else there except arrived at 6:30, unpacked. We love our place. All right, so since I have time on my thing up there, let's move on to Sunday. So August 8th. So on Sunday, so already my oldest sister-in-law had already reached out to my husband and said, Sunday night is the first event. We are inviting everyone to, I'm a mess. A quick recap is that, so we ended up staying in our own condo. We have friends of the family who are staying in other places. And then my mother-in-law and my oldest sister-in-law and her family are staying in a 5-bedroom home with the sister of my dead dad. And so we were and then my middle sister-in-law, we don't know where she ended up. She bailed on, she didn't think we'd call her bluff, but she essentially bailed on being with us. So we don't know where they were going to end up or if they were even coming at this point. But we were invited. Sunday night is the first event, 5:30 p.m., spaghetti supper at this shared mother-in-law, oldest sister-in-law, and sister of my father-in-law. And so Sunday started off great. We bicycled from our condo to the beach, and we ended up running into, unexpectedly, the sister of my father-in-law. Let's just call her Bertha. Random choice for a name. And so I really enjoy Bertha. She reminds me a lot of my father-in-law, just funny, just very like down to earth human. Really enjoy being with her. And funny tidbit is that she goes, well, I heard that you're completely to blame for why middle sister is in a complete shithole of a place to stay, which didn't surprise me at all. Of course I'm to blame. I'm to blame for everything. I'm the scapegoat. I love it at this point. Sure, blame me. Sure, blame me for being miserable. Dang it, I'm going to run out of time. Today might already be a 3-parter just on the first 2 days. Dang it. All right, so sorry that day 1 of vacation is already turning into 3 parts. I need to prepare better and be more concise. So we biked to the beach, saw Aunt Bertha. I'm sorry, I should have given you a different name. I wasn't thinking. Hear that I'm a bitch for why middle sister-in-law is in a... And thank goodness, I forgot to say that Bertha had been asking me like, oh, is everything a go for vacation? And I'd kind of sort of been carefully open with her, like, Matt and I are go for vacation. Yeah, I don't know about everyone else. Some stuff is going down. And so she semi-understood ahead of time and thankfully was able to not think I was a complete monster when she heard middle sister-in-law complaining about what a horrible person I am that she's in their own place. It's like, it's your doing, middle sister-in-law, that you are in your own place. I'm thrilled now, in a sense, that I'm in my own. I have to pay a crap ton to be there, but all in all, it's okay. So anyway, we see Bertha. I adore her. She's a great person. I just really enjoy her. And we go back to our condo. We hang out in the pool that's in the whatever for everybody. Having a great time. We're enjoying our vacation. And it's about time for this 5:30 kick off the family Wildwood event at the VRBO, where the oldest sister-in-law and mother-in-law and Bertha are staying. And so at about 4:30, we tell the girls, let's get out of the pool. We got to go to spaghetti. We're going to go to spaghetti supper and see your cousins and grandma and etc. And, let's go up and kind of just dry off, get ready. And we get up there and the mood is completely different the minute we get through the door. My social, extroverted 6-year-old is suddenly shutting herself in the bathroom. And I was like, maybe she's just mad that it's time to be out of the pool. So I check on her and I'm like, do you need space? Yeah, she wants space. I go out into the living room and my 5-year-old goes, I don't want to see whiny names a cousin anyway. I 180 back into the bathroom because I hadn't considered that angle. And I said to my empath 6-year-old who has tears rolling down her cheeks, do you not want to go to supper tonight? And she shakes her head no through the tears. So I walk back out and privately to my husband, I say, so Sophie doesn't want to go. Gabby doesn't want to go. Are we going to drag them to this event? And he said, no, I was only going to go if they wanted to. So we instead bicycled to the boardwalk and ended up riding the tram and having a lovely evening together. Our family. You guys, I'm miserable and I'm in bed, so let's just do more. It's not that I feel like I have to. I just like you guys. And trauma narrative is helpful for me, very. I may have a deep hacking cough that sounds like it's making my lungs bloody at times. Don't worry. I did another rapid test this morning and it's still negative. I have 100.7 fever and like 18 layers of clothing on, but let's do this. So a few commenters said yesterday, so you assumed that I got hugely blamed for why we didn't show up to the spaghetti supper on Sunday. I'm sure I did. I never specifically heard that though. I'm sure I did. For someone who asked if you were expected to be there, did you at least let people know? Yep, we did right away. Before the time even came, maybe at 5, I don't know. I don't know exactly what time, but we did absolutely let them know that. I can't remember what my husband said as a reason, but we did let him know. I know I don't need to apologize to anyone, but here I am apologizing for not being concise yesterday. I think my head's just in a fog right now. Usually I have time to prepare a little bit more, but sorry, life's crazy. So Monday starts and my husband texts his family. I'll quickly say too that even though we were slightly dreading the vacation, we also weren't going to go on vacation and be isolated from them. We were going to enjoy our family time together, but at the same time, we drove there to honor my dead father-in-law's memory, and so we were going to hang out at the family events. There was no intent to ignore each of them. I had every intent of going to the spaghetti supper, being cordial, getting along with people, because I like to think that I'm a grown, mature adult who can disagree with people and still get along. Ultimately, I think a New Year's resolution is to stop saying so much. It's like painful to listen to my videos. When I'm responding to your comments or reading them, the video just plays on repeat in the background. I could mute it, but I still know I'm saying it. So Monday morning, husband lets the oldest sister-in-law know that we are going to head to the beach for the day and that we are going to swing by their VRBO to say hello and reunite with everyone before we go to the beach. We load everything up. I look like a Sherpa about to take on Mount Everest because I have to put so many things on my back. But anyway, we head out. Inside, I'm panicking. For those who follow closely, the last time that I saw these people was when they were being assholes to me at the wedding of my husband's cousin, a cousin of my husband who I adore as well. That's the last time I saw them in person. But since then, look at any of my content to know the absolute horror that they have put me through since that wedding. We arrived. Sorry to leave you hanging. I needed to go work for a bit. As you can see, I'm laying back down. I have a crushing headache. I took some Aleve and I'm going to wait for him to kick in. We bicycle up to the house. Outside waiting for us, paused to cough. Outside waiting for us is oldest sister-in-law, her husband, I don't know, maybe one or two of her children, and the mother-in-law. Middle sister-in-law, we don't see her this day. Because again, she's staying in a different place. A shithole, apparently. Because yours truly is a bitch. And totally to blame. There's the usual, oh, perfect son, Maddie! Oh, Maddie, I love you so much! I wish that was an exaggeration. I knew there would be hugs. I had told myself ahead of time that I would I would allow them to hug me. I did not have to hug back. And I did it. I let them hug me. I think my mother-in-law gave me one just so long just to be annoying. But I let my mother-in-law, my oldest sister-in-law, I allowed my oldest sister-in-law's husband a side hug. We go into the house. I'm also very happy to again see Aunt Bertha, her boyfriend, and my father-in-law also has a brother, and I enjoy him too. So it was great because they could kind of offset. I could kind of give them my energy and my positivity while appearing cordial and just happy to be there, which I was. It wasn't all a facade. It's awkward. Absolutely, it's awkward. But probably a trauma response the more I learn about myself, and this is why this trauma narrative is lovely. I'm excellent at faking it. I wasn't a mopey asshole like I could have been around them, which I probably should have been, because those were my real feelings. I was smiley and talkative and happy, even though I wasn't inside. Yeah, trauma narrative is good. We get a forced tour of the house. I hate forced tours. Gather back in the kitchen, and my mother-in-law goes, okay, you two, sit down at this table. This thing that you're about to see in the screenshot is on the table. This is my mother-in-law's writing. This is so her cup of tea. I figured this was happening. I just didn't know it'd take up the entire table. She pulls a chair out for Matt to sit across from it. She directs her oldest sister-in-law's husband to sit down and start writing. And for little old me, who's just done with stuff like this, I beeline outside because I don't know how to regulate and stand up for myself yet, really. I think I beelined outside for a few reasons, thinking back. First and foremost may have been that the last time my mother-in-law told me to sit down at a kitchen table, it was her kitchen table, and I got blindsided and yelled at, swore at, and insulted for 3 hours in front of my children. The second reason is that I didn't know they were narcissists yet. I didn't know what the term enmeshment was yet, but I just knew that this is her MO to absolutely control us in every way possible, and that was not going to be my vacation. Not when I was spending as much on it as I was taking 6 business days off of work and driving as far as I did. As stated in another video, yes, we're going to do most of the events, the big, important, really, really matter events, but we're not going to do every single one with them. I couldn't be privy to it, so when told to sit at the table, I kept on walking, opened up the door to a patio outside, and went out to sit in the sun with the boyfriend of Bertha, who was smoking a cigarette, doesn't matter. I cringe because my husband has sat down, and it just brings up these old feelings of, well, here we go. They've got the apron strings, they're reestablishing their claws, and here we go to get our entire vacation written for us. Why last night at Spaghetti Supper couldn't they have made this schedule is going through my head. Why isn't middle sister-in-law have to be here for doing the schedule? Do we as the scapegoats have to be here for the schedule because they want us to be like, well, you sat at the table. You agreed to it. I don't know. I'm just postulating. Less than 3 minutes later, I'm shocked that the patio door opens and my husband comes out and goes ready to head to the beach. I rocket to my feet. Let's go. I walk back in. The mood is definitely different. Oldest sister-in-law has disappeared from the kitchen. Mother-in-law has buried her head in the fridge. Matt announces, well, if anyone wants to join us at the beach, just straight over from where we're at, we will be there the rest of the day. Look forward to seeing people. We'd love to hang out with y'all. As we walk outside into the sunshine, I feel like Shawshank Redemption. I can't remember if I asked Matt there or when we got to the beach, what happened? He said I told him make the schedule, send me a photo of it, and we'll decide what we can and can't make it to. What? We go to the beach, woohoo! Bertha, her boyfriend, and my father-in-law's brother join us, I don't know, a little later. We have a great time. I bet no one's surprised, but the rest of my in-laws never showed up. Is it because they hadn't planned that, or doesn't matter. I have a little time left, so I'll talk about how. If you're an avid follower, you know how obsessive mother-in-law was with getting her linens to Wildwood. Not only did I not want to take them, I knew that linens meant 18 boxes because I've known this woman for 16 years. Aunt Bertha had agreed. At the beach, she kind of complained about how much had been sent to her. She'd texted this to me a couple days previous, and apparently she got even more. Pretty much it for Monday.